Hey there, folks. Hope you're doing all right, and welcome back to episode 4 here of Campaign 9. We're doing pretty much a spring 61 USA campaign, and well, if you saw episode 3, it was probably the most pressured I've ever been. I was certain I was going to lose that battle. Still not sure how I didn't, but I didn't, as it turned out just barely. So we'll take these folks and we'll move them back. Did not save their movement stances, which is odd, but then again, I reloaded in, so that might explain it. I do want to check and make sure I'm actually recording here, because one time it worked and one time it didn't. I did. We are in fact here. It would be hard to put this video up if we weren't. And we did not. I do remember this part. All right, so we were working on this fort, and it's got a little bit of condition left. But we sent the Atlantic blockading squadron out. It also has the amphibious attack perk, and so it can help in capturing that. There's some speculation, and it's probably true that, or possibly true that, some of the ironclads don't have the manpower. Mortar boats, no. Supply colliers is kind of my go-to. And so sending in the wooden ships, which, frigates and steam frigates in particular, they tend to have more men. And I usually use guns as a rough estimate of manpower. Sending them in should help. You can see, though, that now these are the ironclad gunboats, not the monitors. The gunboats basically give better firepower, and the monitors are better at tanking damage. That's at least the way I look at it. Harney, see, I don't think Harney was wounded. I think Harney had his cavalry brigade disintegrate and get captured back in episode 2, something like that. Oh, tell me you're in. All right, they are involved, and so if we have any chance of capture, we captured it. All right. All right. So, what I want to do now, send those two back up there. Atlantic blockading squadron, put you back here. We'll go this way. We don't want to run into this fort yet. We're going to get to it, but we're not quite ready for it. We're going to send, those two attacking fleets back in. All right, so we made some work on battery runner, which is really good when you have ironclads. And so for shelling forts, I like this. The supply colliers, the movement speed doesn't matter too much to us, as we're going to be trying to capture ports. But actually, as we kind of move back and forth across the face of a fort, if I was microing it right, it actually does. I think it levels us up faster, but then again, those fleets were kind of just sitting there pounding it, and they still perked up on battery runner. So maybe it's just that ironclads have to attack forts, and that's good enough. But I don't think the supplied colliers hurt them in battle, and it allows them to consume their provisions more slowly. One of the big downsides, particularly of monitors, is that they only have 20 days worth of provisions when they go out. And so at the top level of supply colliers, I think, I don't know if they get an extra 10 or 20 days out, something like that. They're not terribly expensive to provision, although on a kind of 12-month basis that they're a little expensive. But supply colliers doesn't hurt. And, of course, amphibious attack, so that they can capture forts without having to go back and constantly re-attack them and so forth. All right. Lion is... I don't know if it's Lion or Lion, but Lion, we'll just call him. Yeah, he's got quite a bit, but... Well, if we can just engage the Western Army, which is now... When the Western Army was behind Fort Smith, I was more concerned, because they would join the standoff battle and I would lose. But with them in front of Fort Smith, I think there's a chance. We're fully supplied. Let's at least use that forced march perk and get it to perk up some more. I sometimes forget to keep the core HQ in scouting. What? Did I do that? Is that my Urkel moment? That's not what I meant to do at all. He says he's nervous. But then again, they have been somewhat beat up. No, you come on back and go back to scouting. Same thing. Yeah, you got 2 scouting related perks. Let's make use of those. You got the 1, but it's not a bad one, right? Cartographers with the speed and the intelligence. I mean, that allows you to get into battle faster and then get to the battle faster. So those are both fine. All right, these guys, we're probably going to end up just putting them in port here, but let's start dragging some monitors into them. And I think we'll give them 3 each. So, yeah, we'll have a combination of gunboats and monitors, some firepower, some tankiness, and once they get refitted, we're going to send them down and try to capture our second fort, but our first port. And that'll be Moorhead Port here, but it requires us taking the fort-making garrison. James River Squadron, 4 ships. Unless they're 4 unless they're like 4 cotton-clad rams, and I don't know that the AI has the affinity for cotton-clad rams that I do. Quite good. I don't know if I need. I think I'm just gonna go with blockading because I'm not sure where all these are gonna end up. Blockading's just the easy one to do. And it's pretty much what most fleets, when they actually get out there, are going to be doing if they're not attacking something. So, all right, we'll let them do that, and they can continue to accrue XP on that. You're still nervous? What's going on? What is going on? Yeah, I want to try to make sure we have at least. All right, that actually reminds me of one of the things that I saw in the last battle here. We did not have really any good. All right, well, at least see Mitchell has a tendency to run. It feels like he just routes in almost every battle, but you know, a lot of that I put on me because I just have the nasty habit of getting folks killed. Now, why did they not take Jocelyn's? Unless this is just wrong. Are we not? Yeah. So why not? There we go. But the auto upgrade didn't do it. Springfields, I'm fine with those. I mean, it's 6. I mean, even if it wasn't 61, I wouldn't mind it too much. I don't know that I have enough artillery for everyone, but we certainly, yeah. There is no reason. It seems like Albert Sidney's going to be back pretty much any time, and yeah, so we might as well at least have some cav with some weapons. Now I think I've run us out of cav weapons. No, we had Maynards. I don't know why they did not. It looked like they did not show up. Army of the West, actually, well, they're the ones that, strangely enough, have them. Yeah, sure. Maynards for you, and Maynards for you. The group that's mustering out in the so-called Midwest, we're not going to upgrade their weapons because they're not ready to move. All right, so now everybody, it looks like, except for Crook and that beard. Crook and that beard, at least cav-wise, has been upgraded. Otherwise, well, we got old smoothbores. Yeah, we got Springfields. I mean, this, like I said, the changes I've made to the smoothbore, it's not bad, but what's Kelly got overall? He's got 13,000. How healthy are... Okay, that's not healthy at all. That isn't either. Well, you know, we'll hang out. There's probably only about 6 weeks left of the combat season before winter quarters. But I was thinking it's probably quicker to just combine two of those brigades. And how are we doing that? Combine those brigades and then just recruit more. But I guess for role-playing reasons, for what and that's pretty much the only justification. I prefer them to try to get the. I was gonna say natural replenishment. It's not really natural replenishment, but I don't know. The more I think about that, the less I actually like that as a reason to do it. So I think we might clean this up a bit. I mean, yeah, we're not looking at garrisons right now. But Abercrombie's. But then again, actually, the reason why everyone is like this, I think, is because we just went through an expiration of short-term contracts, which is happened because this is actually a summer 61 campaign that I just moved the start date back to April. All right, I definitely forgot about these guys. Absolutely did. All right, let's get in there. I don't really see the downside to scouting, except it might hinder my ability to be defending on this map, or at least to start further forward. All right, we still have something of a surplus, projected surplus. While their target recruitment ratio is supposed to be 3/4 of what I have, so maybe it's in the works. But I feel like they should have 15 to 20, 25,000 more troops than they do. So maybe it's all forthcoming. I don't know. But yeah, this is the slog that is out west. Yeah, we're gonna fight this, and we're gonna fight it even if we have a slight numerical advantage. But the AI just it frequently delivers almost 50-50 casualties. Remembering what cav weapons we had here, I'd like to do a little bit better than that, if possible. And when the armies are this small, the fact that cavalry is 1/3 of my force really matters. I mean, in big long engagements where cavalry are a minimal part, 10, maybe 20% of the fielded manpower, yeah, they can put out a big hurt when they're shooting, but then they run out of ammo quickly with those quick-firing Maynards and Jocelyn's and all the rest. And then after that, they kind of just gotta hang out or wait for the next day. And God, I hate these. I hate these maps, but it's like the Wilderness. It's Wilderness, Chancellorsville. Yeah, the other one in West Virginia. I forget the name. I've only played that one once or twice. All right, we don't need that. Oh, I do want to turn off. In battle, I like a pretty clean sheet, so we'll try to turn that off. See Cook. All right, what is the best the best road there? There is pretty much. All right, so we got to get to this spot, and then you can either go down and come over, or you can go straight in. I don't know. With these numbers, I don't think we need to worry too much about trickeration and the way we get there. Honestly, you can go both ways. I'm just gonna move them this way, but I don't think it matters too much. These guys I know I'm gonna have in double line, and we're gonna have scouts, and then we're just gonna go. All right, do your thing. Scouts out. Line up, and let's go. And we'll wait for them to get through, and then we'll move others up. But I guess enlistment expiration hit the other groups, hit everyone. Okay, we'll get these guys moving. And we'll get McCook moving. Okay. See, that is just that is ridiculous. There's no way. Even with scouts, there's no way that looking through here we're gonna be able to see that. But I'm not gonna unsee. It's a good position. It's a very good position, right? It's overlooking a stream, yet I can't really get to it unless I'm being shot at. I think it's really cool that they do have the cemetery here. Let's see if. No way. No way. Look at that. 1861, August. Grand Tactician. uh, what is this on? See the zoom here is tricky. Something Clark, 1856. Looks like in God we trust, and something something something. Oh no! I'm doing this. Matt Sheridan, 1863. Something three regulars. That is wild. That's pretty cool. And talk about your attention to detail. All right, enough of that. You're not here for that. Maybe you are here for that. I don't know what you're here for. Maybe curing insomnia or something. All right. That's enough out of you. How do we get there though? I think we'll try to go this path. So we'll move. Why on earth would you go that way? Do you really think that's the fastest way? Okay, we'll move you there. We'll move them up. Try to keep them out of the fence. It is about to be nighttime, and so I think the whole army that's not up is going to be able to basically teleport to wherever the commander is. All right, Scribner we're going to send over there. Corcoran we're going to send over there. Keep them guessing. I don't hear. Huh. I don't hear any battle sounds. Let's see if I. No. Should be. Should be right. I don't want to go crazy here, but video volume I don't care about. We'll see. Alright, we're going to pull in our scouts. Scribner, I guess, does not want to go over there, but he really ought to. McCook. My goodness, Hooker, you are stupid. Like, in what world do you think that is a good option? I mean, the idea is to have McCook come up and demonstrate. Alright, you can bring those guys in. You can get down. If you haven't already, get down and get loose because their artillery probably wants to blast you. Alright, there we go. We had some music. Good. Oh my goodness. Well, I say thank you, but I'm not sure I should because I'm all right. As long as Hooker can get up here, then thank you. We also I don't know what they're gonna look like after this. I don't know if they're gonna kind of stay where they were or what. But look, we'll post them up there. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. Alright, but still we'll have them over there. And I guess there's something like a lane we can see down here. That'll go both ways, but You know, if we do this right, there shouldn't be that much. I gotta detach these guys. That's one of the things I'm screwing up here. Same with that battery. We gotta detach it. Maybe sit it back here. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And all right, we'll see what we get here. Yeah, we don't see anything. Thought that might happen. They might have fallen back to defend this point. Put some skirmishers up, give us a little bit of warning, possibly. Kick our scouts out. Give us some more sight here. And again, there's no reason I should be able to see that, but I do. All right, well, we know where they are. They are now holding the point. There's... I don't think there's much to this. I would actually probably do this the opposite way most people would assume you should. Hooker will have... All right, so it's like that. All right, so we're going to have Hooker up there. And we're going to have McCook over here. Move that battery up there. And that battery up there. Move you up there. Pull our skirmishers in. Get off our horses. Or I guess now we'll get off our horses. Get loose. And just going to, well, I guess that's how they're going to do it. And just push up. And when the cav goes loose formation, one of the things I like about dismounted, a lot of things I like about loose formation dismounted cav, is that they also take up a wider front. So I think those two brigades can pretty much take up the front of what they have. And then I'm going to have Hooker's infantry go around the left, or hit them on the left. We're not going to go around them on the left, but hit them on the left. McCook try to hit them on the right. And yeah, that's it. There's nothing sophisticated here. We don't do sophisticated. All right, but let's speed up because we are stuck in... It's not mud, but it feels like it. All right. Jeez. All right, apparently that gun found a peak on them. I was going to say just move it up to a point where you can actually see something, which might be here. Yeah, I should have been in loose order the whole time. All right, Hooker's pretty much where I want him. McCook, he's getting there. Is there a way to get rid of that blue stuff showing up? I can't remember. No, I don't want to know. And I don't want to know their ranges. Maybe there isn't. It just shows up whenever you click on the headquarters. Alright. So again, we want those guys moving over there. We want this cav moving up here. And we'll push McCook up here, or Hooker up there. And we're doing some skirmishing. Not sure what those guys are doing, but Sturgis. Why don't we get those guys back? I don't know where their skirmishers even are. Okay. Actually, I don't really need those skirmishers out. Because Cav's about to come up. And they need a wide front. No element of surprise here, folks. We're just gonna play the fifes, bang the drums. We don't need more than that. This is not our first combat, right? It is not. Might be for the Western Army. I've fought Price before. But... Alright. We're going to move that brigade around. And I'm going to move that brigade around. To make some room for the cavalry here. Dude, we are we are struggling. I would think that dismount, well, you know, they got to drag their cav around, I guess. All right. Double. And the idea of sending the skirmishers out is to try to eat the most accurate volleys the other side has to offer. Once the battlefield fills up with smoke, kind of covers the advance of the more meaty brigades that are going to get hit a lot worse. So they are reforming here to deal with the cav that are coming up. But they are not reforming to deal with this. I know that they have this brigade back here, but this brigade needed to come up to check the advance of this group coming in kind of in the rear of that other group. I think they'll be double quicking it. Oh, so they're exhausted. That I did not know. It makes sense. Alright, and what we're going to do with that brigade, whatever its condition is just stand it right up on their flank. I assume they're exhausted. Well, they're very tired. They're about to. Yeah. Well, I guess one of the saving graces there is that, yeah, I'm not actually sure what that was. There was an idea there, and then, it didn't seem like the idea mattered that much. So. I guess when they finally get to where they're going, they can kind of just stand there, but that might help a little bit with the fatigue, but let the rifles do the talking. Pushing up over here. Where? Oh, where? Here. Alright, so McCook is over there. I'm not sure that's the best spot for him. That is definitely not the best spot for you. Morrill should be over there. and I guess we'll just move the artillery up here. There's really not too much to do with them. What are these guys armed with? Is that correct? Yeah, it is. Huh. Maybe they just need to get reformed? Not sure what that issue is. Okay, they're tired. They're tiring. And they are exhausted. Here, just stop if you're exhausted. There's no point in going forward. If you're not engaged, we might need you later. Seagull, they're disrupted and winded, but otherwise okay. Gonna probably need them to get over here. How are you? Well, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, we just gotta stop. Alright, you guys gotta come up and do something here. I'm trying to let this cav unit rest up just a little bit. Can you guys not shoot into their backs here? What's going on? Should be able to figure it out. I think these guys were in the best shape. Yeah, I mean they're winded, but you know, it's digital war, man. You got to get in there anyways. Winded, same thing. All right. Send them back over there. I mean, if they're gonna break contact, then I guess I'll rest those guys because they are exhausted. They're very tired, and we're waiting for those guys to get up anyways. So. Are they running or routing? Well, I guess it's the same thing, right? Unless they have the Zoo-Off perk somehow maxed up so that they can run. Alright, I think they're running. I guess they are close enough to the cap that they're not going to start losing it. Alright, move you up. These are those heavily wooded maps, man. Yeah. We'll just hold you before you get exhausted. You might already be there, but... Alright, they're well rested, so we can get them moving. I think I'll have them move a little bit further since they are well rested. And same thing, we'll have them move a little bit further out. I think when that brigade gets a little bit better, we'll move them up. These guys have not moved, they're just standing and shooting where they are. Getting a little bit of fatigue back. A little bit of energy back, I guess. Alright, I'm kind of worried about that infantry brigade going in on its own, and it looks like it wants to go in for a charge. It might just be its rifle, because both AOM and myself, I think in general the ranges have been reduced. Alright, they need to continue resting. Is that routing Cav? Yeah, it is. Alright, so then this battle is not going on much longer. If they've lost 2 brigades, well, it's not as one-sided as I thought either, but if they've lost 2 brigades and they were already down almost 2 to 1, it can't be going on that much longer. Let's get in there. Sounds like a lot of routing and running. I'm not sure that's the case, but that's what it sounds like. I wonder if that's everyone. Well, it's a lot of them. Yeah, one did, and one looks like it's on the verge. On the verge of going. Alright, we're gonna send these guys in. There is a chance that this goes terribly. Alright, let's just play through fast. I'm ready to be done here. Alright, I guess we whiffed on where they were. And now we just gotta wait for the clock to count down. Yeah, I think that was just a kind of combination of experience, numbers, and better weapons. And I'm pretty sure if that had gone to auto resolve, it probably would have been like, 1,000 casualties on each side, and we might have won, but why risk it? Why leave it up to the AI's dice roll? This is odd. Alright, I think I'm back in. I tabbed out and couldn't find a way to tab back in. Alright. Battle of Atlantic. 100% chance of victory. Those are good odds for me. Alright. You all went in shortly before. Yeah, you still have some work to do. We want to get those gunboats good and healthy. Where is... Oh, there it is. Huh. Wonder if they can go get... Because I think they need some repairs as well. Yeah, they do need some repairs. So we might as well get them moving. We'll take them off a blockade. We'll get that back later. And check on the situation. Alright. Now it says we're like so out of... Wow. Supplies? How are we that out of supply? I don't get it, man. Alright. Well, guess what we get to do? We get to march back. And we'll have to resupply up there. And then come back to Fort Smith, and hopefully there's nobody guarding it. Alright, Patterson's finally stable. McDowell is confident. Dude, what is going on? Alright, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might just sit at Grafton with at least one army. We may send these guys down, poke around and see if we can cause some havoc. But like I said, there are probably 6 weeks left in the campaigning season before winter sets in, and I'm not sure how much we're going to be able to get done. Alright, we'll move down to Lewisburg. You see there's very little supply there. So that's not a bad spot to probably move and build a supply depot at some point. I don't know if this is that point, but that would then be a very good launch pad to get into Lynchburg, to get into some of these IIPs and cause a lot of problems. And if they want to draw troops away from Northern Virginia or distract them, they frequently will move into Kentucky through one of these lines, usually over here or up through Knoxville. It doesn't really deal with the Knoxville problem, but it does do more with there. So I think I'm going to move. I know it's so stupid to have that many supply depots that close, but I think that might be the play. So we'll do that. And yeah, I think that's just the plan. You now can return to port, and we're back to a lot of waiting. Alright, you're good. So you get your third one. You know, with these ones, I'm tempted to go Sea Raider, but it seems really early. I could also probably give one of them something else. I'm not too worried about blockading the interior ports because they're not worth that much. I'm more interested and eventually attacking stuff. Now these guys have amphibious attack and supply collars. Now we'll also give them blockading, which means they won't be able to be, you know, a Sea Raider, but that's fine. We got lots of other fleets that are probably going to be able to do that. I think these guys will just give amphibious attack to if we get to attacking Gulf forts that they can help out on. Be fine there. These guys, geez, I don't know what to do with these guys. There are no good forts over here. I don't know. Oh, we have 2 different Atlantic squadrons. All right, that makes sense. I think in some of these just gotta become Sea Raiders. What does this fleet have? Wow. All right, they're in pretty good shape. Or this one fleet becomes one to help capture Fort Norfolk, which has a very large garrison, and some of these other ones are going to be set up to do the sea raiding. That fleet looks a little too good for that, but you know what? Maybe we need some of that out there. All right, is that all we have at the moment? That's fine. CSA unable to fill the ranks? That shouldn't have happened. What to do next? I think we go military too. I guess I could have checked on here to make sure. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that was right. Maybe it wasn't. But I also don't want to run out of troops. Oh. Okay. They are coming. And I don't know. Hampton's division, 2100. Don't really care about that. Army of the Potomac, 22,000. 7,500. We're not going to be able to deal with that. So, rather than take a fight we cannot win, we will pull out and see what happens next. And I think, yes, we ought to move McDowell over here in case they get a little excited. Now they say they're getting supplied. Jeez, I don't know. What does their supply ratio look like? It's good. I mean, it doesn't really help them stay supplied when they move in, but it's not bad. I am a little concerned about what happens up north here if they push, but it's fine. It's actually a good push by them because it gets me out of there before the winter. That's why things are moving so slowly, because they're moving slowly. All right. Speaking of push, oh, we just ran you right out of readiness. All right. Then we'll camp. I have no idea why they're not making... Why they don't have enough volunteers. I don't understand that. Alright, these guys, we're going to set back into scouting and watch that. And if these navies are ready to get rolling, pretty much, yes. This one I would doubt. And I do doubt it. Alright. And it's just going to be a while before anything else comes along. Do we have any projects? No. No, we don't. Yet they're still going to be ahead on the average of national morale and support, but I did not look at casualties. That might be why they're having... Yeah, I mean, they've taken almost 38,000 casualties. And so if they're just doing volunteers, that might explain it. We've taken 23,000. So. Let's see if how we doing? Alright, so when we moved up to there, we were out. We're out of supply, but all we got was Buchanan. Doesn't seem worth it. Let's move back and see if we get into supply here. And if not, then we'll just push them back. Alright, so they got Winchester. They got what they wanted. And they seem content to sit. Fort Hatteras is finally repaired. Alright, we're keeping them there to support the attack on Fort Norfolk, which I think is the one we'll do next. Let's see here. We had a couple of you with Sea Raider. You know what? Let's get out here and start doing your thing. Anybody else with Sea Raider? No. Oh. Yes. Okay. Let's see. I think I'll give them a frigate and a bark. And a ship tender gunboat, sure. What do you all have? Steam frigate and a frigate is a lot for, feels like it's a lot for, oh yeah, we don't need to be moving in blockade. That's not what we need. Alright, and, I forget how to, yeah. I mean, that's a lot. I would seem like a lot of that stuff would be going to me. It is. So I don't know if it's right, but I'm gonna just send both of these fleets down here, and we're gonna sit them on those trade nodes. When they get there, then we'll put them in trade, in blockade stance when they're right on it. Okay. But with Norfolk, you kind of want to marshal your forces pretty well. And I'm not sure that we have enough to take it as it is. Are we still losing supply out here? Or did we turn the corner? No, we're still not quite getting it. Let's back a little bit and see if that helps. I would bet they'd probably want to take those forts and get Alexandria back as soon as they can. We should have some armies over here that should be ready to... that's probably their military one. So we can put them in scouting. They don't have their first perk yet? Alright. Alright. Oh. This. 8,000. Basically, it looks like it's even numbers. I don't know if they are, but they look like they're pretty even numbers. Skilled cartographer will give us a little bit of intelligence. A little bit more speed. Okay, we got military too. Bounties, volunteer units, morale. I'm okay with that. Plus 25% volunteers is definitely nice. Let me see if this is something we need to do now. Yeah, I would say. I guess they're... Well, the Enrollment Act would definitely help the fact that a lot of my brigades are just underpowered at the moment. Yeah, and those ones have experience, so we're going to do the Enrollment Act. I think almost everyone now has had their first... I think everyone has had a first engagement, except for those in the Midwest that I'm just raising. So they got a little bit of experience going. We might as well get their numbers up. And then we'll see what kind of damage we can do later. How are we doing? Okay, so you are in supply there. That's good. Now let's see if we just move you a little bit further forward, if you still are. Alright, these guys got to be close to being done being repaired. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, they're going to take a beating when they go to Norfolk, but it's fine. Alright, you're going to be doing that. You can keep blockading for now. Come on. Ironclads are slow. This just in, yeah. And if we got over here, alright, we're going to set these guys to do their thing. And we'll see what that gives us. 100% and 100%. I wonder if... So if I move Atlantic Squadron 2 down here, I wonder how much we'll then get on the French trade node. So, is it worth it to have, I don't know, 67 on both of those? Or just a lot more on France? Not sure. Not sure. Officer rehabilitated, okay. Also, I want to see if the perk is actually building up some XP. I wouldn't expect... I think it takes a while, and then it kind of juts forward. I was watching this because it wasn't always working recently. It's like other things. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. It's hard for me to get a handle on. These guys I want set to defensive for right now. We can take them off a blockade. That's not the most important thing they're doing for me at the moment. Alright. CSA is back to recruiting. Alright, we're in winter quarters over there. Alright, we can take another propaganda. Sure. And alright, you're ready to move, I think. Put you on the train. Get you scouting. We're gonna get you scouting. We gotta have a perk by now. Come on. We don't. Wow, we're bad at scouting. Okay. I guess they went up for a peek. Weren't too impressed with what they saw, and they are back. Army of Tennessee. Alright. We gotta hold Louisville, which seems like the key to Kentucky's seceding. Again, that was just an anecdote from the last playthrough I had, but I held pretty much everything. Lost that and lost the state. Alright, so they're going military too as well. So they are, well, I mean, I gave them their personality, so I shouldn't be that surprised, but they're pretty much doing a similar thing where they got to do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Alright, it's at 72%. We're getting worn down. They got firepower of 12. We got a little bit more. Alright, we'll let that go on. And I think we just have a lot of... Yeah, we got so many people who just... Well, we'll give them the winter to restock, and if at the end of the winter they're still down in the gutter in terms of manpower, then we'll just combine units, recruit new ones. Most of the army would be ready to go, so if it temporarily tanks the readiness, it won't be forever. Alright, I gotta think about how I want to attack here. I think I want to push into Tennessee. I would like to, when the next batch of monitors and gunboats are complete, I want to put a few in the Mississippi River Squadron and then start poking at some of those forts and reinforce it with infantry as well. And then also use that fleet. Look, when we loosen this up in here, we can use the fleet to block crossings here, 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 here. I don't think it can sail. I think I've tried. I don't think I've been able to sail them further up over to Knoxville, but I can always dream. Alright, they're in winter quarters. That's fine. Lynchburg will just have to remain free. I mean, unliberated for now. I also want to think about throwing an army down and taking Norfolk, the civilian place, not the fort, because that will cause them to come back around here. Otherwise, we can get Petersburg, we can get Richmond, we can loot the supply depot. All sorts of good stuff. Now, is our perk... It is not working again. That is stupid. That is stupid. I wonder, though, if it's... Another thing I think of is that when I playtested this before, I was not... I didn't have the... I was not right on the trade node. A little bit further back. I cannot imagine why that would matter. Right? We have Sea Raiders. I'm not going nuts here. I guess I got to keep an eye on blockading squadron to see if that's also leveling up. It should be. Because it normally levels up. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's moving. Right? It was at the exact 12 o'clock before. Just run it forward. Maybe not. Gotta do the old zoom out, zoom in. I have no idea. No explanation. And it's not like none of the ships are there, right? There's 4, 0 disabled. I mean, that would be a thing. All right, so we got... All right, is this about to... Oh, no, you gotta be kidding me. I hate that. That is the stupidest thing. So if you don't understand, basically if you beat the fort, but you don't capture it, it then kind of rebuilds and you can't really... Well, you're supposed to actually be able to re-engage it a little bit earlier. I guess we'll just throw up the blockade again. Yeah. And so I did not get that other ship over there quickly enough. Do anything about that. Tariffs, we're still raking them in. I also want to pay a little bit of attention to weapons here. Jocelyn's are still being worked on. Maynard's are still being worked on. 3-inch, 10-pound. All right, so we got more than enough artillery and infantry, small arms, and I think actually probably enough cavalry ones as well. I think there is only... Well, we're not going to count the Army of Indiana. That's right, though. With the Army of Indiana, we actually do need to get more cav weapons, but we're still making them, so we'll wait a little while for that. All right, Mississippi River Squadron, as advertised, is going to get... We'll give them 2 ironclad gunboats. They already have 2 ironclad monitors. I actually want to take these out because I don't want them to get sunk and then get routed. And then we're going to give them battery runner. And then once they're all suited up, we're going to send them in and start bombarding forts. I don't know that we'll take them. I mean, as we're seeing down here. All right. Yeah. We're going to have to move you up to another port, I think. All right, we'll move you up there. How are we doing on Enrollment Act? Yeah, it's got to be done pretty soon. I'd actually be good with either bounties or emancipation after that. Or Revenue Act, or, geez, any of these acts. I'd kind of like to get the Bank Act done soon because it's a one-time, fairly steep cost. And then it's tremendous benefit after that. But we'll see what the manpower situation looks like in a bit. Alright, they seem good. They're still doing their thing. I mean, we need armies in a number of places. We need them in Missouri to tie down their forces in Arkansas so that we can concentrate on Tennessee and keeping Kentucky free. And alright, so that tells us we got enrollment. We'll give it a day or so and see what our numbers look like now. Yeah, 86,000. That pretty much allows us to put a new army either in the east or in the west. I'm thinking towards the west because I think these eastern armies still have a lot of... Yeah, they still got quite... They got several thousand more coming their way just through all that. So, Revenue Act. What is this one? Support my... See, that's a really good deal. but I want to get the Bank Act rolling. So I'm thinking maybe Bank Act 1, Revenue Act 1, Bounties 1, and that will take a while, right? That's 63 days, 23 days, 63 days. Yeah, that's pretty much half a year, and we'll see you in, I don't know, what is that? Late May, almost June. Subsidized agriculture. I'm going to hold that one. We're going to hold out for farm mechanization. I mean, that's one of the other issues, is that by going with the axe, we're not able to generate the subsidies, but I think you just kind of got to accept that. How are we doing? All right, didn't look like we lost any of those ships, but man, they got repairs to do. So yeah, the kind of swift naval victories here are not accumulating, but Norfolk taking that fort is a big help. And I think we'll get started. Well, we'll move. I know these forces don't like moving in the winter, but tough. Yeah, especially since the Army of the Tennessee is kind of on that border there. 3rd Corps is going to move to Evansville, and then they can be bitter about it. We're going to move them down to Louisville, which they'll probably also be bitter about, but there's no good reason for it, and we'll just move you all to Covington, and we'll put the Army of Indiana in Louisville, and yeah, should allow us to hold here for a while. Not that speed is really the most important thing at the moment, but we'll take you off a blockade and move you over here, and we've got a new army rolling out here. Recruit new army, yes please. Alright, we'll have... Yeah, talk about your War of Rights flashback, right? Hatch, Reno, jeez. Alright, what do I want each of these to look like? Right, I want them to have 3 of that and 1 of that. So we'll give that to Reno, Russell, and then Hayes. Like it or not, you're in charge of the cavalry. Alright. So that's that. Why they spawn up here and not, like, in the place you would think? I don't know, man. Not my game. And I think I'm going to add Lion to... I'm going to see if we can stay in supply here. It's probably going to add him as kind of like the 3rd Corps of that army, and just let that be that army. And that might save me up enough troops to create maybe an independent corps over here in the east. Maybe an independent corps that could go take Norfolk. That would be... I think I just talked myself into that idea. I didn't need too much convincing, but let's see what we have in terms of manpower. Oh yeah, we got enough. I want a new independent corps. How does that work? New Jersey would be fine. Okay. We'll make Scammon the Cav guy. And Heyman and Foster. Okay. Yeah. We'll make that the Army of New Jersey. And they'll take a while, but that's fine. We got a while. And I want to go back to the Army of Indiana, and I'm going to click upgrade, and we'll just see what that does for us. All right, so artillery looks like it's Parrots all the way to the horizon. Springfield rifle muskets, no problem with that. 1841s, that's fine. All right, so we actually ran out of, we didn't have quite enough Springfields or rifle muskets, so we'll do some more of those. And cav weapons, actually there's quite a few, but not quite enough. So Jocelyn's and Maynard's are still being finished. We're now out of 10-pounders, but they're still being produced. Springfield's, well, before the war is over, we're going to use it. So we'll put another order of 50,000 of those. And we'll let the experience... Oh, no. I moved the wrong force. I hate doing that. I also think I froze this. Oh, okay, we're back. Well, they can sit there. They didn't have too much readiness to begin with. That's how I'll justify that. How many troops do we have? All right, we got 63,000. We have enough to actually now create this other core up here. Auto-generate. Auto-generate. I know, the uniforms are... Whoa! Whoa! Uniforms are a bit blah, but... Alright. Broadhead, or broadhead. There you go. Alright, let's see if I do this right this time. Yes. We will move you to... I don't know what the midpoint is. We'll say right about there. Get you doing that. Put you in scout. Are you? You are still supplied. All right, that's good to know. Union issues bonds. Well, it's because of the. It's because of the weapons. I'm sure. All right, are we all here? Nope. Okay. When are we gonna be here? ETA, like very soon, I guess. So we'll wait for them to get back, and then we'll put them into the fight. Yep, those guys are bitter about having been moved. Wow, they didn't. They made it like nowhere. They barely moved. Holy moly! They are terrible. They are really bitter about having to have to move. You know what? Just stop. Maybe we'll be able to move you in the spring. Probably not, but maybe. Are you still in supply here? You claim to be. All right. How we doing? All right. So some of those depleted cav units are coming back. Alright, we got one more monitor that's really bad here. So we got to wait on that. You can't really go in with just one of those squadrons and expect to do anything.